Welcome to Prestige Worldwide, the podcast, a weekly battle of wits, debating everything from horseshoes to hand grenades, all for the privilege to be called right. And now, your hosts, Bobo and Travis.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Prestige Worldwide, the podcast. I'm Bobo. With me, as always, is Travis.
Hey, guys.
How are you living, buddy?
I'm doing great, man. How are you?
Oh, you know, well, we're all fired up here. Travis and I just had a 30-minute debate about the NFL. So, for people that don't know, yesterday the NFL came out with a, decision or policy, however you want to, a conclusion in their minds on the kneeling stance for the national anthem.
Right.
During their games. And Travis and I did not intend to have a 30-minute conversation about it, but we had a 30-minute conversation about it.
Right, yes.
And at the end of the conversation, Travis decided to wax philosophical about, I wish I had recorded that so we could just put that on the podcast this week. And I was like, why? Nobody wants to fucking hear about two middle-aged white men debate about Black Lives Matter and how the NFL treats minorities and kneeling and all that nonsense. I don't think they want to hear about it, but Travis seems to think they might.
I think we had a pretty good conversation. I think it would have been a good podcast. Unfortunately, we weren't recording. But as far as the quote-unquote middle-aged white guys, which we are not middle-aged white guys, we are just white guys, that I feel
that's
like...
Right, you're old.
I feel like that's all people are hearing. So why would two more be a problem?
That you're right. We're just one among many.
Right, yes. But Bobo wanted to pose this question, so we're going to do the poll earlier this week, and we're going to put it up. Do you want to hear our take on the NFL kneeling controversy or whatever you want to call it? So we'll put that up, and maybe later on this summer or whenever we'll have a conversation about this if people want to hear it.
I'll tell you. I was telling Travis again. We're going to have this conversation again, and we'll post it as a podcast. We'll have it on the air at some point, because if you've read the policy and the outrage that it caused in the news today,
right,
this is not over. So
right.
I'm thinking the opening weekend of the NFL, we'll talk about it then.
I'd also like to say that I was kneeling during the introduction to this podcast. Bobo, do you find that disrespectful?
I find it disrespectful to the podcast, Travis.
Well, go fuck yourself.
I think you should respect the podcast anthem.
Find me right now.
I think we should have an owners meeting, which is you and me, and we should agree to a fine system, and then you like the owner of the New York Jets can then say you're not going to implement it.
There we go. I agree with that, and that may be what we do. But
I wonder how many blood vessels Roger Goodell burst in his head when he saw that's what the guy said. Honestly,
probably. See, again, this can all be part of the conversation. I bet you none. I bet you some of the other owners, Jerry Jones, I think some of the other owners may have been more pissed off because now it makes them look bad.
Now, you do realize, though, so Christopher Johnson is the owner who has basically, he's not the owner, he's the CEO of the Jets.
Right.
And he said he's not going to enforce it.
Sure.
Do you know what's interesting about that, though, Travis?
What's that?
Do you know who Christopher Johnson's brother is?
No.
So the owner of the Jets is Woody Johnson.
Okay.
Why would Woody Johnson not be running the team himself, though?
Wait, who's Woody Johnson?
Woody Johnson is Christopher Johnson's brother. Christopher Johnson's the CEO of the New York Jets.
Okay.
Woody Johnson's actually the owner of the Jets, though.
Okay.
Do you know why he's not running the team right now?
No.
He's the U.S. ambassador to the United Kingdom.
Oh, look at that.
And his brother now is basically saying, I don't care if people kneel for the flag.
Okay.
For the anthem. That's just an interesting narrative that I wanted to see more about.
Yeah, it takes a little bit to get to where you're trying to go. I see what you're doing, but so I don't know if
right.
I don't know if the media is really going to pick up on that one and run with it.
Oh no, they already have.
Oh, good. Well, we'll see what happens. So
yes, I'm interested to see how that narrative. It's going to take a little because that's actually got some undercurrents there. It might take a little longer for that one to play out. But
right. So
I just want to see how that one goes.
But we may or may not get to this one in a future episode, and I don't want to blow our wads at this. With going.
I'm
right
positive
now.
we will opening weekend of the NFL season because
sure.
players are going to do whatever they can to make their voice heard.
I also have, and I'm going to make a hard right on this one because I have a question for you, Bubba, before we actually move into our topic. Okay. Do you own a new car?
I do.
Oh,
yes. So we have to have an update. Okay, so we have to talk about this too.
Yes.
I did end up buying a new car.
Did you buy it from the place where you were an ungrateful son of a bitch?
I did not.
Good for you.
I did also not buy it from the second place I went to. So let me give you an update. This is actually an interesting story. And if you want to know how to get a good deal on a car, my story will tell you how you know you got a good deal on a car.
Okay.
So the first place, though I was called an ungrateful asshole and I, basically told him to suck the shit out of my ass.
Right.
I didn't go back to that place. Okay.
Okay.
I went to a second dealership last Friday night.
Okay.
And I drove the car again and we sat down to do some negotiation. I gave him a price and I think it was like $400 less than the price that the other dealership told me they could give me.
Okay.
And the guy's like, okay. He goes to the manager,
right?
The manager, the service manager, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah.
The general manager, whatever. And the guy comes back and says, the price that I gave you is the best price I can do. And I said, playing hardball because I don't care if I buy it from that dealership or not tonight.
Right.
I said, well, then I'm gonna have to leave. Like I got a lower price from another dealership, which is bullshit. It doesn't matter what I say.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, I got a lower price in writing from another dealership. I'm gonna have to go.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, let me get my manager over here real quick before you go, which is completely fine.
Yeah.
So he does that. Okay.
Yep.
And the guy comes over, and he's like, listen, man. He's like, I'm listening to the price you tell me you have from another dealership, and I'm telling you right now, like maybe $100 more is literally the best I could do. He's like, Ford, because this car is such a great deal, and they're not selling.
Right.
Like the discounts they've approved me to give is the maximum amount of money I can lose on this car.
Okay.
And I cannot lose any more money on this car.
Which was still higher than what?
It was higher than the fictional price I had given him.
But still the same price that the other dealership gave you?
It was, yes.
Okay.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
He said maybe $100 less is all he could do.
Okay, so we're at the same price that the other dealership actually gave you?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And I said, okay, sorry, man. I was like, I have a better price from the dealership. So and he's like, you know what, man? And he's like, shook my hand. He's like, best of luck, man. I can't do any more. He's like, make sure they don't play any games when you get to the finance room.
Okay.
So he let me walk away. No hard pressure to leave a deposit. Nothing. He's like, I can't beat that price. He's like, go for it, buddy.
I've had that happen before. Okay. Yep.
Okay. So I told Ann, because Ann was with me this whole time. And I told Ann, I was like, so here's what's going to happen. One of two things. A, the salesman will call me back tomorrow and give me a better price.
Right.
Or B, this guy was not lying to me and we'll have to go to a third dealership to buy this car.
Okay.
The guy did not call me back the next day.
Yeah.
He texted me and said, let me know how the other dealership works out if you get a better price and let me know what you got and where you got it from so we can figure out what happened.
Oh, okay.
Which I was like, sure, man, I'll tell you what dealership I buy it from if I buy it from a dealership at a better price.
Right.
So I called a third dealership that I've been talking to. And I told him the numbers, told him the situation, and I told him another price, and told him what price I was looking for. And he comes back with, we can do it for this price, which was $500 less than the price I'd given him.
Okay. So we're $500 under what the other dealership was going to give you.
Yep. And that's where I bought the car from.
Nice. Okay.
I was in and out of there in 33 minutes. I timed it.
Nice. All right. Well, that's good.
Yep. And I emailed the other dealership on the next day, Monday morning.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, man. He's like, we couldn't sell for that price. Couldn't do it.
Good. Oh, well, then you got a great deal.
Right. Yeah. So that's how, if the inventory manager, the general manager,
right,
lets you walk away without a hard sell on a price, then usually that's the best they can do.
Right. Yeah. Yes. Because I've had that happen with the last car I went with. I went in there and I said, this is the price I want it for. And they said, we can't do it. And I said, but I've got another dealership that will if you can't. And nope, we can't do it. And I walked. And I literally even showed them the car that I drove there. I was like, I have the title here for that car to trade it in if you will take it today. And nothing. So Yep. Well, good for you, buddy. I'm glad you got a new car. I'm glad
I did, and it's nice. And I know I got a great deal on it because that's how that system works. If you're willing to put in the effort, You know what I mean?
Now,
and I told Ann, I was like, if this third dealership messes around with the price, I'll go back to the second guy. Because the guys were very nice.
Right, yeah.
They didn't beat around the bush. They were respectful. They didn't try to sneak things on me. You know what I mean? Like, they were cool about it.
Sure.
They just couldn't beat the price. And at the end of the day, gotta look out for fucking numero uno.
Now, here's my next question. Did you contact the first dealership and tell them that you bought the car elsewhere and inflated the price that you actually bought it for just to rub it in a little bit?
Funny you mentioned that, Travis.
Did you?
The problem is they'll find out.
Oh, okay.
Because these Ford dealerships don't. The problem with that is when I told the second dealership where I bought it from and the price I got it for,
yeah,
they're going to go to that other dealership and yell at them.
Right.
Like Ford's not supposed to steal sales from other Ford dealerships.
Right. Yeah.
They want to steal sales from General Motors, Chrysler, Mazda. They don't want to steal from their own people, though.
Right.
They don't like when that happens.
Yeah.
So I guarantee you the manager of that second dealership is very unhappy with the manager from the dealership I bought the car from.
Oh, well.
It means he went below what he was allowed to sell the car for out of the guy's own personal commission check to make the deal happen.
Yeah. Well, what are you going to do?
Now, I only wasted 33 minutes of that guy's time. So even if he made $200 on my car, he made $100,
right.
A ton of money.
Yeah.
For the time he spent on me.
Right. Yeah.
I don't even know his name. I know his first name. I couldn't even tell you his last name. That's how little I knew him. I don't think he would recognize me on the street tomorrow, Travis. I spent no time with him.
Well, good for you. All right. I don't want to spend any more time on Bobo's cars, and now he's got a good one, so he doesn't have to piss and moan about breaking down every other week.
You would think, right?
I would like... Don't tell me the car already broke down.
No.
Okay, I would like to get to what we're actually going to talk about this week, because we both love movies and we like predicting things. We like arguing. So this all kind of goes hand in hand, where we're going to predict the summer blockbusters movie revenue.
It's our second annual, Travis.
That is true.
This is the second that we do this every year. 2 years running now, guys. It'll be more. Don't worry. This is our second annual summer blockbuster extravaganza, where Travis and I sit down and we look at some of the big Hollywood blockbusters coming out from Memorial Day through Labor Day.
Right.
And we try to look at the estimates, and we're going to see if we think the movie's going to do well, not do well, over, under, and some thoughts on the movies themselves.
Correct. So
I'm very excited about this, because I had totally forgotten it was Memorial Day almost. So Travis was like, "Hey, what do you want to talk about this week?" And he goes, "Oh, before you have an idea, I have one. It's summer blockbuster season." I was so fucking pumped. I completely forgot about it.
Well, I'm glad we got this one in, because I would have felt bad doing it a little late, and we already missed a couple of them. I mean, before Memorial Day, like with the Avengers.
No, Memorial Day is really the summer blockbuster start. So even though they came out in May, I wouldn't think they count anyways.
I'll be honest with you. After looking at what's coming out this summer, this is a weak summer. Like,
I disagree.
And I think, like, I think pushing like the Avengers and Deadpool ahead of the summer race was, I don't know if it was a good move or bad move, but man, it's really pulled some of the talent out of the summer blockbusters. But we're gonna get to all that.
We're gonna talk about all that, because I have some thoughts on that also.
Okay. So do you want to?
How do you? Yeah, I was about to say, how do you want to do this, Travis?
Do you want to start off with a bang and go after probably going to be the most talked about movie of the summer, or do you want to start with something a little less?
Let's come back to that last.
Okay.
I think we should talk about. We're talking about Star Wars.
Yes. Solo. Yes.
Let's talk about that last.
Okay.
These other movies are all pretty. They'll go by at the same pace, and we'll save that one for last, because it's also the most relevant, because it's going to come out.
Right.
And we'll talk about that one last.
Okay. All right. Yes. I hesitate to bring this in, because it's kind of off topic, but I just want to give you one good fuck you for beating me this week in the fantasy league.
Yeah.
I was hoping to go undefeated this entire season, and you finally beat me. So
you know what sucks though? They changed the app.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I don't like it either. I'm almost done with that thing, man.
Yeah, like and yeah, because
that might be it. They changed it. I'm not good with change, man.
Well, again, I don't want to pull us into the weeds too much here, but I got the email that went over like what you did this past week, and it said I didn't register, or I didn't put in some movies, so I had like negative dollars. I was like, what the fuck? And it was because I only filled out the one for ours, because now you have to fill out one for every other thing.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah, fuck that. But anyways, I was a little bit irritated that I lost by like $1,000 too. Like I lost by
know,
nothing.
close.
Yeah. So anyways, let's move into Ocean's 8. Let's talk about that.
Do
one,
it.
okay? So if you guys haven't heard, they're remaking, not remaking. They're doing they're
Ghostbustering it.
Yes, they are Ghostbustering it. They're
Ghostbustering Ocean's 11.
Right. They're making it with all women. The cast doesn't look bad. But I have Larry. It doesn't look bad. I mean, Sandra Bullock and other people.
I didn't realize getting a bunch of stars that were well past their prime was not looking bad, but okay.
Ooh, that's a shot across the bow. But
okay, name the last movie Sandra Bullock was in.
Well, it wasn't.
I'm going to stop you there.
No,
Took too long.
No, because The Blind Side wasn't the last one, but that was, and I think, didn't she win like an Oscar for that movie? But
that was like 10 years ago.
I think it was sooner than you thought.
November 2009, Travis. It was 9 years ago.
Okay, all right. There was another one that she was in. Oh, Gravity. That was what it was. Yeah, that was a great fucking movie. But
Gravity. When did that come out?
That came out
that came out in 2013, 4 years ago. Okay.
4 years ago. Okay, yeah. Honestly, that's probably the best IMAX 3D experience I've ever had. I think we've talked about this.
I'll give you. So, okay, I'm not. She's also. Most of her popular movies were like in the year 2000.
Sure. Okay. Understandable. Okay. So the threshold we're putting
about 1994.
The threshold we're putting on Ocean's 8 is 155 million. Now we're talking here domestic gross totals, not the first weekend, not worldwide, just domestic gross totals. Okay.
$155 million is the estimate.
Right.
From the studio.
The only movie I can think to kind of compare this to is
Ghostbusters.
The Ghostbusters movie. And that made 128 million.
It made how much?
120. Mute your computer there, buddy.
Yeah, what's going on with that? That's weird.
$128 million. So
okay.
Yeah. So 155 million seems high to me.
I think it's under.
Okay, so we're both under.
We're both under.
Okay. All right. So we're both under. Now, what do you think it's going to make?
120?
You're going to go 120. Okay.
Let me go 120.
I'm going to go. I think it's going to make 90.
Okay.
I'm going 90 million.
I hope it makes less than that. Because this looks fucking awful.
Yeah. I mean, I was trying to kind of see, like, unfortunately, like, a lot of these movies don't really have a whole lot about them just yet, like no Rotten Tomato scores or anything like that.
Right.
So it's kind of hard to predict, like, but that one did, I think on Rotten Tomatoes had like 2,000 people that did want to go see it. So, I don't know what that means. I don't know what other movies track at, but I was kind of surprised to see that many that wanted to go see it. But
yeah, I don't know either.
All right, so there we go. We got our first one. We're both under, and we got our guesses in.
I just think that making an all-female cast movie just to make them all females is ridiculous.
I have a question about that.
Sure.
If Sandra Bullock gets paid more than the other ones, which she probably does, is that not a problem?
What do you mean a problem?
Like all the controversy in movies lately has been that women are not getting paid as much as men. And
right.
Is it not as bad as if women don't get paid as much as women? Like, I guess my point on that is if there's a movie and there's a male star that can pull in more of an audience than a female star, shouldn't he be paid more because he can pull more people in?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I feel like you're uncomfortable with this line of questioning.
Like, to me, I want to say this. This is going to sound real sexist.
Uh-huh.
But women will eat their own.
Sure.
They don't care. Sandra Bullock she doesn't give a shit how much money she's making against other women. She just wants to make as much money as she possibly can, probably.
But I'm yeah, I know, but like, should that be part of the conversation? Let me put that one there. Should that be part of the conversation? You know, women getting paid more than other women on a movie.
No, because they should be paid according to their star power. That's how this works. This is supply and demand. You want Sandra Bullock, you got to cough up $20 million.
And they did not.
Right?
Reportedly, the budget on that movie was $70 million. So I don't know how much they paid all those actresses, but it couldn't have been much.
Well, there's not many big actresses. Like, there are bigger names, like Sandra Bullock, Kate Blanchett, Anne Hathaway.
Yeah.
Are the three big ones. After that, Mindy Kaling, Sarah Paulson, Awkwafina, Rihanna. Trust me, they're not making that much.
Yeah. Okay. Still $70 million?
It's three big stars making a few million apiece, and then a bunch of other stars making like $1 million.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all the money is.
Okay. All right. So what movie do you want us to go to next?
Okay. Let's go down the list. Let's do Mission Impossible.
Okay. Mission Impossible Fallout. This
Mission Impossible Fallout. Oh, so Ocean's 8 comes out in June 8th. So it's soon.
Right. Yes. That one comes out soon.
When does Mission Impossible come out?
I did not put the release dates on the little spreadsheet that I made.
Let's find out. Just because I'm not sure if that matters or not.
I don't know.
But I blame everything that happened with my bad prediction for Dark Tower last year on that it came out in August.
Is that right? It couldn't have been that it was a terrible movie?
No, the movie was great. Nothing's wrong with it. I mean, Matthew McConaughey was basically perfect in it. I mean, it came out in August, which is a bad month for movies, Travis. That happens sometimes.
You know what shocked me is I've been dealing with our polls, and I noticed our polls from last year, and I had forgotten all about the Dark Tower. Like, completely forgot about that movie.
It hasn't forgotten about you.
So I was like, you know what? I wonder if like it's out there that I could watch, like on Netflix or anything like that. I searched, couldn't find it anywhere that I could watch it for free. Like, are you kidding me? That movie hasn't popped up anywhere that I could watch it for free. Like nobody, like somebody's got to have it.
It's a hidden gem, man. Diamond in the rough. You got to search.
Sure, for it. I guess so. You know what? I didn't want to. So. Yeah. All right. So when does Mission
Impossible comes out July 27th, which might hurt it because it's close to August, and we know how I feel about August.
We do now, but
yeah.
All right. So I pulled some numbers for Mission Impossible. All the other ones. What surprised me is okay. So Rogue Nation was the last one that made 195 million. Ghost Protocol made the one before that made 209 million dollars, and that was. Ghost Protocol was the second highest revenue of the Mission Impossible series, and with number 2 being the highest at 215 million. That kind of shocked me there. That Ghost Protocol had a pretty good rebound there. But
yeah.
So we're going with this one at $199 million of the gross total.
So basically, we're betting. Was it make 200 million or not? Will it cross that threshold? Is what we're betting on.
Will it make $200 million?
That is a very good estimate for that movie.
I'm going to go with over. I think it makes.
I'll take the under. I think it makes 190.
Okay, so I think. All right, so I'm thinking it's going to go. I think it's going to go 205, and you're going 190.
I'm going 190, but we're not far off. I mean, we're within the margin of error.
Right. Yes, but I think honestly the last one was really good.
Yeah, it was. I saw it. I loved it.
I don't think I've seen Ghost Protocol. Like I come in and out.
I saw it. It was good too. I think they're all pretty good generally. I'm a big Tom Cruise fan.
Yeah.
So I think he's the most underrated actor of our time.
I think,
and maybe not underrated in our minds, but definitely how he's been viewed critically by the Academy's never given him anything. Like he's been snubbed by all that stuff. He deserves more than he's gotten awards wise. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like he's taken a path here later in his career, and he's just doing action movies. And if you want to get noticed by any kind of critics, that is not the path to go.
True. I think he went that path early in his career and didn't work out for him, though.
What do you mean?
Like Rain Man.
Oh,
Few Good Men. Risky Business. I think he did a lot of those movies where he was not an action star early in his career, and it didn't get him what he was looking for. And now I think he's just chasing the dollar.
Oh, I mean, dude, all of those are critically acclaimed movies that you talked about.
But he never got over that. He never got the Academy nod.
He didn't get anything for Rain Man?
No.
Okay, I'm not familiar with Tom Cruise's career, but he's had some. The other part about it is some of these action movies he's done have been real stinkers, i.e., The Mummy.
So I'll give you some numbers here, Travis.
Okay.
When was Travis? He's not even been nominated for an Academy Award since 2000.
For which movie? Do you know?
Magnolia.
Oh, okay.
And he was nominated for an Academy Award for Born on the 4th of July in 1990, which was not that good of a movie, and for Jerry Maguire in 1997 for Best Actor. He's not even nominated for Rain Man.
Okay. Well,
that's what I'm saying. Like, he's got 3 nods in his whole career. Travis, he has had more than 3 good performances. I'm sorry.
Okay, but have all those good performances gone? You know, have they? When did they come? Like, I don't like. Again,
right. My point is though, even early on, he didn't get very much recognition, even when he was making those movies.
Yeah, I'm trying to look. I was trying to look to see if there was anything.
So it's just, I mean, it's whatever. He's made some really good movies.
Yeah. He's also made
I'm a big fan of his. I think he's a crazy person in real life. I just like his acting.
Sure, absolutely. Listen,
right. Anyways.
yeah. Let's get off Tom Cruise because I'm looking at his roles since Magnolia, and with the exception of Vanilla Sky, there is not really anything there that should have been.
Oh, are you kidding me? Tropic Thunder.
I understand.
Les Grossman, that was an Academy nod for Best Actor if I've ever seen one.
I see where you're going with that, and I do not believe the Academy is going to be calling.
Travis, take a step back and fuck your face.
All right, well that solves it. I mean, it's hard to argue with "fuck your face." But
also, I'd like to point out that early in his career, he did all these like artsy movies and like real serious dramas.
Right.
Now that he's like 60 years old, he's doing action movies.
Sure.
Like, what?
Honestly, like, I wonder if that's all that he can get.
Like, most of them, you get too old to do action movies, then you do the serious movies. You know what I mean? Like, you progress into that role of being like a serious actor.
Well, it is funny that, like, also, you know, yes, because he did get hurt on this latest Mission Impossible, and I honestly,
he did.
I honestly think they used the scene where he got hurt in the preview.
Oh, they might have.
I think they did because I was watching with Mandy. I was like, I'm pretty sure that's the one he got hurt on. So I think he nice. broke his fucking like foot or something. I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, let's move on.
Okay, we're
gonna move on to Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yes.
Okay. Did you see the first one?
I did, and I loved it.
I did too. Okay. I'm not gonna go as far as I loved it. But I did really like it.
I thought it was one of the best. You know how I'm pretty much anti superhero movies,
and I'm quickly becoming on board with you on that one.
I thought it was one of the best superhero movies I've ever seen.
Really?
Yeah. I really like it.
I thought it was really close to becoming a great movie, and it just fell just a little bit short. And honestly, I thought the kind of the consensus out there was also that it was not a very good movie.
Well, we know how I feel about the consensus.
Well, because the Rotten Tomato score on that was 82%, which is a pretty good number.
Pretty good number. Yep.
Which I was pretty shocked about that, and it did make 180 million, the first one.
Right, which is a respectable number. I mean, for a big blockbuster.
Right. So
it made a lot overseas though. These Marvel movies and all these superhero movies, and action movies in general, tend to do better overseas than movies that we export from America that are more artsy.
Right. However, we don't give a shit about that right now because A, we're American. B, we don't give a shit about worldwide totals.
Correct. I care about what other fellow comrades think.
So the threshold we're going with on this one, the prediction is that it's going to make 250 million. That is, yes. Okay, we're both under on this one. That is
an ambitious number, Travis.
It very much so is. I think I'm going to go with 200 is what it makes.
I was going to say that too. It comes out July 6th, which is like perfect blockbuster time.
Yep. Is that so? Well, you got to go with a different number. I blurted mine out first.
I'm going to go 190 again.
I was hoping you were going to go 201.
I'm going to go $1, Travis.
$200 million and $1.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a bold Although who knows? Maybe this movie. Hopefully they fixed everything that I perceived wrong with the first Ant-Man and just made it better. Because I feel like
Maybe.
I feel like Paul Rudd's kind of wittiness was a little underused, and it made it. And at any kind of like time that they tried to make it at least a little bit funny, like it was kind of like stepped on. So I'm sure this one was probably going to be a little bit more funny, but I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
Any other thoughts on Ant-Man and the Wasp?
No.
Okay. All right, let's move on to Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom.
Okay. Full disclosure, I think these movies are dog shit.
Okay. You know what? I was surprised that Mandy wasn't a big fan of these. We went and saw Jurassic World, and she was not a big fan.
I didn't like it at all.
All right. Well, the threshold here is $299.9 million. I don't know why it's 299.9, but somebody thought it wasn't going to make $300 million. Do you know how much the first one made?
Yes.
How much?
Like $600 million.
$652. That's insane. Yeah. That's a lot of fucking money.
This one will not make $650 million. It does not look as good. The previews look way more. The preview is just them running from stuff.
Yeah, although I was pretty. I saw a preview for this. I don't know. In front of the Avengers movie, and it looks good. I don't necessarily know that I need to go see it in the theater, but it looks good. So, all right.
What do you think?
I'm going over. Are you going over as well?
I'm going over. Yes.
Okay. All right. And
it's like the only big blockbuster coming out.
Well, it's one of them. All right, so I'm going to go with, I think it's going to make, man, I don't want to go too high. I mean, I'm only thinking like I'm going to go 330. That's
it?
That's what I'm going to go with.
Oh, I'm just going to say 500.
You're going 500. Okay.
500 million domestic.
Yeah, that's such a high fucking number.
Yeah, but people seem to love that. People love fucking dinosaurs.
Yeah. They love fucking dinosaurs, or they love dinosaurs.
They love dinosaurs.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just such a fucking high number, and yeah. Okay, let's move on. We're gonna talk. Okay. We're gonna talk about The Incredibles 2.
Okay.
All right. Which I'm clueless at this point about kids movies.
I am too. However, I do know people talk about that shit still.
Dude, I know that there was a lot of hype over The Incredibles 2. I saw the first one. I don't know what relevance that has, but the threshold on Incredibles 2 is $370 million.
That looks like a lot of money.
That does look like a lot of money.
For a fucking kids movie.
And I will say, the last one, I think it came out in 2004.
Yeah.
That one made $261 million.
Yeah.
Now, I will say I did also look at the last three Pixar movies.
Okay.
So you have Coco, Cars 3, and Finding Dory.
Okay. 2 of those are sequels.
Which one do you think made the most out of those three? Coco, Cars 3, or
Cars 3?
Cars 3. That one made the least money.
Really?
Out of those ones. Yes.
Wow. Okay, so I know shit about fucking kids movies too.
So Cars 3 made $153 million. Okay, nothing. That's not bad. Whatever. Coco made $210 million.
Okay.
And Finding Dory made $486 million.
Oh yeah, people love Dory.
So, but okay, again, we had a sequel that came out a long time after the first one. So I feel like Finding Dory is relevant in this conversation. So
how much did Finding Nemo make though?
I did not look that up.
I'm gonna look that up while you fucking think about it. You make your prediction while I look that up.
370. God damn, that's a lot of money.
It's a lot of cash.
It is a lot.
The first Finding Nemo made $340 million.
Okay.
And that was in like 2003.
Okay, $340 million. Okay.
And Dory made $440.
No, Dory made $486.
$486.
Yes, according to box office.
So the original Incredibles made like 260 some back in 2007.
Right. So we expecting. I'm going to go under on this one, but I'm just going slightly under. I'm going to say it makes 340.
I'm going to go under as well, Travis. Mark me down for 300.
Okay. You are under, and
I think 370 is a lot of fucking money for a kids movie.
I'm sorry. What did you say? You wanted 300?
300.
300. Okay. I 370 for just a kids movie, but apparently it's not out of the realm of possibilities. All right. Moving on. We're going to talk about a movie called Skyscraper.
Oh my God, dude! Like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson,
he'll do anything.
He can do no wrong. Apparently,
well, he will do anything. You give him a script, he'll do it. He's the Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Right. Yeah,
I wonder if Samuel L. Jackson's agent was like, "Well, I found somebody else."
What if The Rock and Samuel L. Jackson did Snakes on a Plane too?
Oh my God!
You know, if you gave them the script, they'd probably fucking do it.
Yeah, they would.
Yep. So if you haven't checked out the preview for this movie, Skyscraper, and I hadn't before we started with this, we started researching for this podcast, go watch it. It to me, it doesn't look good, but most of The Rock's movies don't look good to me.
Here's the problem with this. So in order to look at how much money this movie is going to make, it's not a sequel, it's an original movie idea.
Uh-huh.
Okay? And if people don't know, if you go watch the movie show, we'll post the trailers on the website or something, right, Travis?
We can do that, sure.
Post the links to them so people can go check out these movies.
Sure.
It looks like a thriller. Like they get trapped in this skyscraper, and I think I don't necessarily know what it's going to be about, but something about him being trapped on a skyscraper and having to escape with his family. Like it gets hot. It kind of looks like Die Hard.
That's exactly what I was going to say. It basically is a retelling of Die Hard with some slight changes.
Okay. But the problem is, you got to look at the other terrible movies that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has been in recently and how well they do at the box office to know how well this one's going to do.
Yes, you do.
Let's talk about that, all right?
Okay.
Let's talk about fucking the last shitty movie he was in, which happened to be this year as well, Travis. You know what movie that was?
What, you talking about Rampage or Baywatch?
Rampage.
Okay.
Baywatch was 2017.
Well, okay, but Rampage is still in theaters.
Yes.
And still making
money. But it's almost out.
Well, it's only been in the theater for like 3 or 4 weeks now, I think.
It came out April 13th. So it's been out for a month or so. It's
okay.
Most of the money it's made in theaters it's done with.
Okay, but it's made $92 million so far.
Right. That movie looked terrible. They made a movie about a video game where the characters don't talk. Right. And Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson turned that into $100 million in America and $400 million overseas.
And yes, exactly. And
Are you fucking kidding me?
And you know what? I actually really did like that video game when I was a kid. And I can't believe they're making, whatever. I can't believe they made that into a movie. But yes, a fucking $100 million. Okay, but you also have Baywatch. Now
right, that's a remake of a.
Yes,
I mean
it's a remake of a TV show.
It made like what $60 million. It was terrible.
Yeah, $58 million. I'm not giving them the $2 million credit that you're going to give them, but it was an abomination of a movie. And if you want to hear any more about that, go back and check out our Oscars from Oscars episode from earlier this year because we talked ad nauseum about that. But that still made $58 million. However, the one that we really should be looking at is San Andreas. And that came out of nowhere. It's a completely original movie, not anything like that.
Yep.
That movie made $155 million. Which is surprising.
Yes, but what do you think this one's going to make then? So that's a good one. We got that, and we got Rampage.
Sure.
What do you think this one makes?
So the prediction on this one is $275 million. It is
really high.
It is too high. I'm going under, and I'm guessing you are as well.
Oh, I'm going under, yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to say Skyscraper makes 110. That's my prediction.
Oh, I'm going to go higher than that. I was going to say 175.
You're going 175. I do not think that this is going to outperform San Andreas.
Okay, I guess we'll see.
Yes,
I don't know.
That's my prediction. Okay, 110, 175 on a shitty movie called Skyscraper.
Okay.
I feel like a terrible auctioneer.
So I'm looking at my list, Travis.
Yes.
We're gonna nix the Christopher Robin. I don't want to talk about that one because it's another kids movie. We don't dick about kids movies.
Okay.
But do you think, just real quick, do you think that Christopher Robin, the Winnie the Pooh movie, makes more money than The Incredibles 2?
Yes. I think I do.
I do as well. Write that down somewhere. I just want to know which one makes more money.
Okay.
Christopher Robin or Incredibles 2.
Okay.
The budget's about the same. Christopher Robin's projected to make $345, Incredibles 2, $370. I think Christopher Robin makes more. Just top of my head.
Okay.
I just want to know. But we're not going to talk about the rest of it. Fuck that. And Equalizer 2. The Equalizer was a movie that came out a long time ago with Denzel Washington, where he plays like a dude who's like a retired hitman, basically, and he kind of gets lowered back into the business, I guess.
Okay. I never saw it. You said you saw it.
I saw it, and it was a pretty awesome movie. I'm surprised that they're making a sequel for it because the original, which came out 3 years ago, made like $100 million, if that, $101 million in North America.
Right.
Like, it wasn't that big of a movie, but they're making a sequel for it, and the sequel also supposed to make $100 million. It's gonna make less than that. It'll probably make $80 million, but I don't know if it's worth talking about. So
I don't think so.
We're gonna move on.
Yeah, I don't think so. Wait, we're not gonna move on. We missed a movie.
I know. We're gonna move on to that one last.
Wait, no, we missed two.
Right before Star Wars.
Okay, all right.
I want to talk about the Happy Time.
Listen, you're calling audibles all over the place. I don't know what,
I do.
what you're.
I'm like Peyton Manning back here, bro. You got to keep up.
No. I'd like to peel back the veil a little bit on this one. When we were discussing this episode, I put in all these movies, and in the end, you were like, "We should talk about Christopher Robin in Equalizer 2." And I was
then I spent 5 minutes telling my car story, and we spent 5 minutes talking about how we didn't want to talk about kneeling for the NFL, and we got behind schedule.
I still don't think we should have talked about it. But anyways, all right. So let's talk about a movie called The Happy Time Murders. And this is a movie I don't think anybody's heard about yet, but you're gonna.
God, I hope they do, though.
Oh, you're gonna. Like, I'm fairly certain the preview is in front of Deadpool 2.
Oh, okay.
So basically, what this is the Muppets for adults.
I would say mature adults.
Well, okay. Let me just. The first 5 seconds of the fucking preview is a Muppet asking Melissa McCarthy, "I'll suck your dick for $50," and she says, "That sounds like a great deal. I wish I had a dick." So
that is what it is.
I am not a fan of Melissa McCarthy at all, but this does look kind of funny,
dude. I think it looks hysterical.
Yeah,
I would say better than kind of funny. I'm fucking excited.
Listen, I'm going to temper my expectations on this, and the reason why I'm going to temper my expectations is because I also thought Sausage Party was going to be funny, and again,
okay, you're right. I got lured in my Sausage Party too,
it wasn't that great. Yep. It was
pretty average.
It was okay, but the threshold here for Happy Time Murders is $157 million.
That's a lot for an R-rated comedy.
Yes, it is. And now, does it pull in some of that?
That's a lot for an R-rated comedy.
Does it pull in some of the Deadpool money? Maybe it plays off that. I don't know. Who knows? But now, Sausage Party made $98 million.
I was just going to check.
Now, so here's the other ones we need to look at. Because Melissa, if I don't know if you've noticed, but Melissa McCarthy has been out of the spotlight ever since Ghostbusters. She did a couple of cameos on Saturday Night Live, and then she just put out that movie Life of the Party. But that came out like 2 or 3 weeks ago. And so far, that's only made $30 million. So I think her brand is really taking a hit.
Well, because she's not funny.
I understand that, and you understand that, but a lot of people don't. Like, because...
they're figuring it out, right? Is that what's not happening?
Well, Ghostbusters made $128 million, which we've already discussed.
Yeah, but it was a box office flop, though. The budget was huge for that movie.
The Boss, this other movie that she was in, which I defy you to tell me what it was about, but... The Boss, now that only made $63 million. However, this is the one that shocked me. Do you remember that movie Spy that she was in with Jason Statham?
No.
It was where she was like going to be the spy and he was going to help her out or something like that. That thing made $111 million, which kind of shocked me. So she's up and down as far as the box office goes. $157 million. She's not getting. I think we're both.
No, I agree.
I think we're both under on that one.
I would like to say we're under on this movie. I mean, I'll give you a prediction now. I think it makes $90 million.
Okay, you're going $90 million.
Which I don't think is a flop. I think that's a lot of money for an R-rated fucking puppet comedy.
Yeah, I'm going 75 on that one.
But I'm excited to see. So you might not know this. The film is directed by Brian Henson.
Yes, I did know that.
Who is Jim Henson's son?
Right.
I kind of think that's cool.
It is cool.
It's made by the Jim Henson Company too, which is amazing that they're doing something so R-rated.
Right.
But I just kind of think that like continuing on Jim Henson's legacy like that, it's not. This is the first like real movie he's directed. By the way, he's been doing other stuff for TV and stuff for years, but this is like his first real movie he's directing. I think that's pretty cool.
I hope it does relatively well, but can Melissa McCarthy carry it? I don't know that. I
hope she doesn't have to. I hope the movie is so funny that it wins in spite of her.
Well, it won't. Yes, but I'm talking about box office gross. She's got to be the star that carries this movie. So.
Oh yeah, right. True.
So. True. All right, let's talk about the last movie on our list, which is the one that is coming out this weekend, Solo, the Star Wars movie.
Solo, a Star Wars story.
Oh my God! Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I'm excited, man. I'm fucking pumped.
I am excited. I want to see it. I'm a little bit apprehensive about this movie. We had this conversation over the weekend because I'm bummed that I feel like this movie is not going to be a very good one. The reviews that are coming in aren't very good. The Rotten Tomatoes score so right now is at 70%, which while that's still, I guess, I don't know if that's certified fresh or not, but 70% is not great. And
I'm pretty pumped about this.
However, I will say I looked up Rogue One, and that one was at 85%, which I'm surprised how anybody didn't like Rogue One. So
the best Star Wars movie ever made.
I agree. I agree with that.
Wait, what?
No, I said I agree.
You do?
Yeah.
We agree on something?
Of course. We agree on a lot.
Oh my God.
We've agreed most of this episode.
Not on movies. We don't usually agree on movies.
When it comes to Star Wars movies, we do. I feel like we do.
That's amazing.
But no, I really, really liked Rogue One, and it was really good.
I fucking love that movie.
But I guess I'm looking for the same greatness in Solo, and I don't think I'm going to get that. And I don't want to see this brand diluted with so movies.
See, I guess I see what you're saying. You don't want this movie to be like average.
Yeah, like I don't, in this modern era of Star Wars, everything that's been coming out has been gold. And I just
can I just talk to you for a second?
Yes.
Do you know who's directing Solo?
Oh yeah, it's Ron Howard.
Okay, I'm sold. Ron Howard is a fucking genius.
He was. He hasn't been.
He was.
Yeah.
He is, Travis.
Okay, I listen. I get that. Like I get what you're saying, but has.
If you don't trust the Star Wars brand, trust Ron Howard.
Okay, here's all I'm saying. He has not. He is not. He's not box office gold anymore.
I still think he's a fucking phenomenal director.
And with the last couple of fucking things he's done, nothing to write home about. I mean, he's done the Da Vinci Code series. He did a shitty movie called Heart of the Sea. He's honestly, since A Beautiful Mind, he really hasn't done much. So I'm hoping it's going to be good, but damn, I'm just apprehensive about this one.
I am not at all. I'm surprised. I think maybe you are because you're nervous about more Star Wars movies. And listen, we were nervous about Rogue One. The same thing happened with Rogue One. There was a lot of talk before it came out about how they were reshooting scenes and all this other stuff. And everyone was nervous. And then it came out and everyone was like, never mind, this movie fucking rips.
Yeah.
I think the same thing happens here. I think people like to talk because it's Star Wars. And there's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, and there's a lot of hate for it too. Like,
a lot of hate now. People are waiting for Star Wars to trip. Everyone wants them to fall on their face because some people are just sick of Star Wars. They don't like the feel-good story about how every movie can be that good. Like, they gotta have a bad movie at some point.
I don't understand that. But anyways, okay. So
I don't either. I hate that.
We're putting the threshold for this one at $320 million. That's the prediction.
That's it?
That is the prediction. Now,
we can go higher than that.
Rogue One made 532. Okay?
Right.
So I feel like that's a good barometer when it comes. All right, so I believe we're both going over on this one. Am I correct?
I'm going over. I'm going 500.
You're going 500. Okay. I'm gonna go. I hate to undersell this one. I'm going 460.
Okay.
Now, are we going just the closest or closest without going over?
No, I think just closest.
Just closest. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go 460, and we'll see what happens.
Okay.
But yeah, that's
But do you think? Here's the real question, Travis.
Okay.
Do you think it will be a good movie? Will it be as good as Last Jedi?
I don't know. I reserve judgment. I don't want to go into it. Right now, I'm thinking no. So
Okay.
I'm really hoping that I'm surprised, and then I get in there and I'm like, I don't understand what's going on. But
I think it will be as good as Force Awakens. I hated the Last Jedi. The more I think about it and watch that movie, the worse it is to me.
oh,
So,
really? See, I really like that one. I don't know.
Yeah, I think they ruined Luke Skywalker as a character in that movie. So,
Huh? I never thought about that. No, I still like it. Anyways, let's go.
I mean, I like it. It's Star Wars. I don't. But I mean, the more I watch it, I mean, I think it'll be better than that movie.
Real quick, I'm interested in how you rank these movies in which ones you want to see.
Okay, Solo.
Okay.
The next couple are a much.
Okay.
A mush. I'd probably say Ant-Man,
Okay.
and then Happy Time Murders,
Okay.
and then The Equalizer 2, which we barely talked about,
Okay.
and then Mission Impossible,
Oh, okay. All right.
and then Skyscraper.
And then the others. Basically, you're just putting all the other ones at the bottom then. Right.
Except Jurassic World is way below everything else.
Really? Okay.
I have zero desire to see that fucking piece of dog shit.
Did you see the last one? Did you like the last one?
I hated it.
You hated it. Okay. All right.
Hated it.
Okay. Because I'm going Solo. Solo's at the top of my list because I'm actually I know I'm going to see that.
Yes.
Then it's Mission Impossible. I kind of really want to see that. Then
I do want to see that one. Yes.
Yeah. Then Ant-Man. Then
Yep. Okay.
Jurassic World, which I know we don't. The Happy Time Murders, and then the other ones. I don't really give a shit about all the other ones. But
Go
yeah.
watch The Equalizer, and then tell me if that changes your mind about the second one.
Okay, I'll try to do that.
I'm sure you can find it somewhere this week or next
Yeah,
week.
all right.
But I really like that movie. I'm a big Denzel Washington fan.
I mean, it's who isn't? I mean, I guess I'm not a huge Denzel Washington, but he's a great actor. What's not to love?
I love him.
All right, I will try to watch The Equalizer this week. Okay.
Okay.
Do we want to do it? Do you want to just end it, or do you want to go to a little end times?
No, we got end times. Listen, if we run over for 5 minutes, we got some time.
All right, start it off.
Movie end times. So, Travis,
Yes,
have you heard about this movie Show Dogs coming out?
I have now. I read the article.
Have you heard the latest that just happened a couple hours ago?
I have not.
I will read you the title, Travis. This is from CNN.
Okay.
Show Dogs to undergo edits after uproar.
Really?
Yes.
Really? It is going to be edited, huh?
So,
do you want to
quote?
Why don't you wait? Why don't you explain what's going on here?
Well, I want to read the quote first, and I'll explain why.
Okay.
Quote: responding to concerns raised by moviegoers and some specific organizations, Global Road Entertainment has decided to remove 2 scenes from the film Show Dogs that have some deemed not appropriate for children. Unquote.
Okay.
So, you're asking me, Bobo, why is a movie studio editing a movie that's already in theaters over some outrage? Like, how bad can this movie be that they're editing the movie while it's in theaters?
Okay.
And what we're talking about is probably the worst oversight of a movie I've ever seen in my life. How this got through all the reviews and censors, focus
stop.
groups and critics in the theaters.
Would you just fucking get to the point? Like, you keep building this up and just tell them what the problem is.
Okay. There's a scene in this movie where, so for people that don't know about how to show dogs, you have to check their anatomy, which includes their testicles.
Right.
If it's a male, to make sure that they have testicles.
Right.
The dogs in this movie that happens to them, and they talk about how that's going to happen to them in the movie. Like, you have to let this guy touch your hoo-hoo dilly or whatever. You know what I mean?
His balls.
His balls, yes.
Jesus.
And basically, the other dog tells this dog, you just have to suck it up. Like, just, you need to, like, let this guy touch you and just go to your Zen place, quote, is what he says. And just, like, let it get it over with.
Okay, none of that was entirely accurate. So, apparently you didn't actually read the article.
I've read lots of articles about it.
So, because the description that of the movie is the handler, played by Will Arnett, who is handling the dog that can talk, okay, it keeps telling him about how at this show, in order to win, the judges have to fondle your balls.
Right.
I'm putting that crudely, but he keeps telling him that. And the dog keeps saying, I don't want that to happen.
Right.
And the handler that keeps saying, but it needs to happen. Just let it go. It's okay. Everyone does it. Just
everyone's doing it, Travis.
I mean, like, if you want to win in the dog show in this realm, all the dogs are doing it.
Right.
So that's literally what they're telling them. Like, so I don't think this outrage is that far-fetched, nor do I believe it's misplaced.
Oh, Travis, I was gonna say, like, you might call me some, like, liberal cuck for thinking that, like, you need to protect children and stuff, and, like, this is just a joke. No. This is fucking serious. Like,
Wait.
This is a big fucking deal. Even for fucking conservative Bobo, like, that's a big fucking deal. You can't have a person, an adult, talking to a dog, which is basically talking to a child. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Telling him to suck it up.
Okay, I thought you were going on the other side of this one.
Oh, God, no.
Well, listen, like, the way you were talking about it seemed like you were going that way.
I was trying to make it as non-threatening as possible to understand, like, even when I say it, like, casually, it's fucking a big fucking deal.
Right. Yeah, like, these parents have a point. And, like,
oh my God, yes. And I can't believe it got to where it is. I can't believe this movie made it through the fucking levels of review and stuff to get without that shit still in it.
Dude, when I read that, it made me cringe.
Yes. It absolutely.
How could you fucking make a movie like that? Like,
I mean, the problem is, Travis, we have a problem, not a problem in our, I guess it's a problem. We have a problem in our society where we think that female rape is horrifying and wrong.
Right.
And, like, male rape is funny.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I agree.
If this was a female dog and they're talking about touching her boobs, it would not go like that.
Yeah. Yep.
But we all have seen Half Baked, where fucking Nash Nate wants to get the dude's fruit cocktail.
Yes.
And you just laughed at it.
Yes. Yes. Because
male rape is funny, Travis.
Okay. Listen. Yes, but in that sense, like, I know the scene you're talking about.
Yes.
And it's a comedic scene, and the way they set it up, it is funny. Now,
it's supposed to be funny in this movie, though, the same way, though. They're supposed to be like, it's just funny, just suck it up, man. Like, it happens to everyone. Like, and and then he'll fucking get through it and suck it up, and it'll be funny when it happens. Like, that's the idea.
I understand that, and while you're, like, the difference there is, I'm not just reading the scene from Half Baked. So, like, I get it. And maybe had I seen this movie Show Dogs, maybe I wouldn't feel as I'd hope I wouldn't, or I hope I'd feel like the same way. But god damn, are you really kidding me? Like, they were literally, I think, say in the movie, everyone's doing it.
Right, they did. Like, and they told the dog to, quote, go to a Zen place. Like, just suck it up. That's, for people that don't understand why it's a big deal, if you haven't gotten it by now, I don't understand how. That's what child abusers tell, like, kids they're abusing. Yeah. That's how they tell them, like, rationalize it away, like, it's okay.
It's all a game. It's a game we're going to play. Like, that, like, oh my god.
And this is a kids movie marketed to kids. It is a big deal. Like, it's I can't believe it got through to the movie. I don't understand how that happened.
Okay. I was really afraid that you were not going to think this way and that you were just going
I'm not a fucking idiot.
No, but, like, you also...
This isn't kneeling for the national anthem, Travis.
However, I will say, you find, like, because this all started on parenting blogs, I can see how you would not take that well.
My first thought, Travis, is to tell them to go fuck off.
Right.
But
Okay.
as a smart, well-rounded individual that thinks critically,
Right.
I have the ability to take what's given to me and process it on my own. And when people have a point, they have a point. I don't care where the point comes from.
Sure. Yeah.
Like they have a point. They might cry wolf all the time.
Right.
This time they're not crying wolf because the wolf's actually here.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's touching the dog on the balls and telling him to suck it up.
Yeah. And he's going to his end place. I am shocked. I am literally shocked at how this got out there. And
I am too. I don't understand it.
yeah. But all right. Well, so we agree. Don't touch dogs' balls, and don't pressure them into it. So
Yeah, and don't take your kids. Well, they're editing the movie now, so I guess this won't be an issue anymore, which is good. You know what? Good for them.
Okay, here's my question for you. Do you think? Do you I don't know. Do you think that parents should go see this movie after they edit it? Do you think it's do you think it's a better message for people to spend their money on a movie that they edited, or just not going at all because they shouldn't have made this movie in the first place?
Oh no, it's not the whole movie that's the problem. I think it was an oversight, and they're correcting it. People are allowed to make mistakes, Travis. That's a big problem in our society. Like, oh, they made a mistake. I'm writing them off forever. I'm never going to watch another film this company makes. Like, I'm never seeing this film. Like,
yeah,
it's okay to make mistakes and to say we were wrong. We're taking the scenes out of the movie. We're sorry.
Sure.
People should be like, you know what? Okay. If that's the only thing wrong with it, it's a good movie otherwise, and our kids want to go see it, then go take them to see it. People are allowed to make innocent mistakes. This is an innocent mistake. They're not doing it out of malice to
That's
fucking tell kids how to be sexually abused.
Yes, yeah. But it does feel that way.
Right. Yeah. Like, just, it's okay. Like, they made a mistake. They owned up to it. They're editing the movie. Good for them. Because it takes a lot of balls to say we were wrong.
All right. That's a good point. That's a great point. So,
like, I'll go see it because of that. I'm not going to go see it because I don't have kids, but I mean.
yeah, we're not going to. Yeah, it'd be creepier if you and I went to go see Show Dogs together.
Oh, my God. Very creepy.
All right. We
asked at the ticket desk, which version is it? Is it the edited or the unedited version?
And walk away when it's the edited version.
Like, oh, never mind. I'm not interested.
Fuck that.
The number is 747 banging.
747-226-4464.
We have the poll this week, which is, do you want to hear about Travis and I talk about the national anthem and NFL controversy?
Yep.
I didn't think it was a good. I mean, we actually didn't talk about talking about it before we started talking about it. That was a weird sentence. But we did not plan on discussing it, which is why we weren't recording it.
Right. Yeah.
It just kind of evolved naturally. So it's not like I had a real aversion to having it on the podcast.
Right.
I just don't know if it would have been a good podcast or not. So I'm interested to see people's opinions on it.
I think it would have been fine, but we'll see what you guys have to say. All right.
Yes.
And
you can go to vote on those polls at pwthepodcast.com.
Yep.
It's PW the Podcast on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, all the social media stuff. Prestige Worldwide, the podcast. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, SoundCloud, Stitcher, anywhere they have podcasts, they have us. Go find us.
Yep. We keep seeing what
happened this week, Travis.
We keep seeing a bunch of uptakes of like people sharing our podcasts or sharing our posts and liking our posts.
Thank you.
We do really appreciate that. So keep going.
Thank you.
Tell all your friends. Tell your parents. Tell
your loved ones. Tell your talking dogs.
There you go. Yep.
Just suck it up and listen to our podcast.
I think that's
everyone's doing it.
Everyone is doing it, so you should too.
Everyone's doing it. You should do it too.
Our podcast will touch you. So.
Oh. Thanks for listening, guys.
See you next Thursday.